Thank you for listening to the Business Blast podcast. So for all my listeners out there that have been wanting to do your own podcast, I'd like to introduce to you Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. So before I found Anchor, I had never actually done a podcast because all the research that I had gathered made it seem very complex. Then I found Anchor, and Anchor makes podcasting extremely simple. So if you want to do your own podcast, go to anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with all the resources you need to become a successful author. You can learn more about Authors Unite and join the free community at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today I have Katherine Pereda with us. She's the founder of BLF Communications, and she does modern marketing, PR, everything social media, and digital marketing strategies. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Thank you for having me. Hello to everyone.
Of course, pumped to have you here. And we will dive into the first one. The first question I have for you, Katherine, is what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
Probably I would say back when I was in college, I went to university. I went to Florida International University. I was studying public relations and marketing, and I wanted to break into the fashion industry, but there was, of course, lucky me, nothing on this in this university or on this campus to do with the fashion industry or the beauty industry or anything even remotely close. So I figured if I wanted to get into the industry, it would either have to be through my work experience or through my internships. Somebody told me to go ahead and try, I think it was one of my professors actually, to go ahead and try, shoot for the stars, aim for the highest possible or best internship you could ever get, and send your resume, send your cover letter. You never know what could happen. The worst they could say is no, or just not even respond at all. So I did it and I tried it. I applied to 5 or 6 huge, ginormous luxury fashion houses in New York City. So me based in Miami, little Hispanic girl, never having left home, I applied to New York City. Within 24 hours, I had an interview lined up at Jimmy Choo headquarters and at Christian Louboutin headquarters for the following week. So I came home to my parents and I was like, I need you to book me a flight ASAP. I booked a flight. I had my interview and landed the internship that same day at Jimmy Choo, and I started it within 2 weeks. And so pretty much the biggest lesson that I learned is don't ever think that your dreams are too big. They very well can happen.
Awesome. Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you so much.
And the next one I have for you is, what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
So my daily life revolves around social media and everything that you could possibly imagine about Instagram and the algorithm and Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and LinkedIn, everything that you can possibly imagine. My one piece of advice, especially for business owners that are just breaking into social media and turning on their presence and everything, is start with one platform. Get really, really, really good at one platform, and then venture out. Once you have a following on that one, then venture out and try the one more, and only grow one at a time. Don't try to tackle everything at once because it's just going to get really watered down and bland.
And what's your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Overall business advice. Seek out mentors and never give up.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Stop pigeonholing yourself with the one industry that you're so determined to work in. You never know where opportunities may lie. And you never know, if you haven't experienced an industry, it might be actually cooler and more profitable than the one industry you've been trying to break into for the last 10 years.
Yeah. And in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
I can't say that. I mean, I feel like it's a myth. Work-life balance doesn't really exist. It's more like if you can achieve work, life, personal life, everything, and sleep harmony, then you can probably be happy. As long as your personal life, your work life, your spirit, your brain, your physical, everything is at least working together in some way, shape, or form, you can achieve harmony, and happiness will just come to you.
Yes, I like that word, harmony. The next one I have for you is, what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
Wow, this one is old. Probably The 10 People You Meet in Heaven. That one just stuck to me, mostly because there's like so many different lessons to be learned in that one book. And I think I was a big reader, so I read all the Harry Potter books, all those like nerdy kid books all through high school and stuff like that. So for such a short book to make such a big impact on me and on my life, I still have it on my nightstand every night. I open it every once in a while just to reread a chapter or two that I loved. And it's just so many life lessons to like not take advantage of what you have and always be appreciative and always be humble.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
Probably very closely to do with that. It would be work hard, stay humble.
And thank you so much for coming on. The last question that I have for you before we let you go is, where is the best place for people to find and or connect with you online?
So this one might come as a surprise, but Instagram. My Instagram handle is at BLF.communications with an S at the end.
Perfect. I will put that in the show notes for everybody. And thank you so much again for coming on.
Thank you so much, Tyler. It was great to be here.